Hello, dear listeners. This is Tia Sách. The 5 Types of Wealth, a transformative guide to design your dream life by Sahil Bloom. Let's get started with introduction. Redefining wealth, what truly matters. In May 2021, a conversation with a friend made Sahil Bloom realize how little time he had left with his aging parents. Living far from each other, he saw them only once a year. A quick calculation showed the harsh reality, just 15 more visits if they lived to 80. This realization was a wake-up call. Sahil had spent years chasing success. A promising baseball career at Stanford was cut short by injury, shifting his focus to academics and a high-paying job. He achieved financial success but felt something was missing. His friends' words forced him to reassess his priorities. He began questioning the traditional definition of wealth. Society often equates wealth with money, big salaries, luxury homes, prestigious careers. But true wealth is more than numbers in a bank account. Through deep reflection and conversations with others, Sahil discovered 5 key components of a rich life: time, relationships, mental well-being, physical health, and financial stability. A life focused only on money often leads to an unending cycle of more work, more stress, more dissatisfaction. Real fulfillment comes from balance. For Sahil, this meant a transformation. He changed careers, moved closer to family, and redefined success. He learned that wealth isn't just about how much you earn, it's about how well you live. That's the end of introduction. Redefining wealth, what truly matters. Now, listen to Tia Sách 1. The 5 Forms of Wealth, a new way to measure success. At some point, everyone asks, is this it? You land the dream job, buy the house, reach a big goal, only to feel an emptiness creeping in. The excitement fades, and a new milestone takes its place. This endless chase is called the arrival fallacy, the false belief that happiness comes after achieving something. Instead, fulfillment always seems just out of reach. This cycle, often called the hedonic treadmill, isn't necessarily a flaw, it's part of human nature. The real mistake isn't striving for more, it's measuring success with the wrong scoreboard. Too often, people focus only on financial wealth, assuming money alone leads to happiness. But real wealth is about more than just dollars. True success comes from balancing 5 types of wealth below. The first one is time wealth, the freedom to choose how you spend your time. Without it, life becomes a blur of endless obligations. People often chase financial success, only to realize too late that they have no time to enjoy it. Second, social wealth, the depth of your relationships. Strong family bonds, friendships, and a sense of community provide meaning. No amount of money can replace the joy of shared experiences. The third type is mental wealth, a clear mind, resilience, and purpose. It's about lifelong learning, emotional stability, and inner peace. Without it, success feels hollow. Now is fourth, physical wealth. Your health is the foundation of everything else. A strong body allows you to enjoy life, take on challenges, and be present for the people you love. And the final is financial wealth. Money provides security and opportunity. But beyond a certain point, it doesn't bring more happiness. The key is knowing what is enough. Each form of wealth matters, but their importance shifts with time. A young professional may focus on financial and social wealth, while a retiree may prioritize health and time. The goal is balance, not perfection. Moreover, it helps to have a guiding principle, what Sahil calls a life raiser. This is a simple statement that defines your values and priorities. For example, I am the type of person who prioritizes family over work. A life raiser provides clarity when faced with tough choices. If a job demands excessive travel, you can ask, would someone who prioritizes family take this opportunity? This framework helps align daily decisions with long-term goals. To stay on track, regular self-check-ins are essential. Monthly, take 30 minutes to reflect on what energizes or drains you. Quarterly, ask yourself, am I investing in the right forms of wealth? Identify what needs to change. Write a letter to your future self, envisioning the life you want to build. The 5 forms of wealth serve as a compass, guiding you through life's seasons. Ignore them, and you risk chasing success that feels empty. Embrace them, and you'll build a life that's truly rich. End of Tia Sách 1. The 5 Forms of Wealth, a New Way to Measure Success. Tia Sách 2. Building Time Wealth, Cherishing Every Moment. It's clear that moments with loved ones are precious. They slip through our fingers faster than we realize. Consider the story of Alexis Lockhart. In early 2019, she took her 3 sons on a ski trip. They laughed and made memories, unaware their time together would soon change forever. 2 months later, her middle son Jackson died in a motorcycle accident. This heartbreaking event highlights how quickly life shifts. Data from the American Time Use Survey shows we share fewer hours with family and friends as we age. Meanwhile, time alone keeps growing. Recognizing this pattern encourages us to focus on who and what truly matter. Everything in modern life demands our attention, thereby limiting the time we have to devote to each task. We multitask, juggle screens, and never fully finish anything. Researcher Sophie Leroy calls this attention residue, the lingering distraction after we switch tasks. Ashley Willens warns about time poverty, the stress from feeling too busy and out of control. We have more tools to save time, yet we often feel robbed of it. To manage this, consider 3 pillars of time wealth. 1. Awareness. Understand time is finite. No one knows which day might be their last with a loved one. 2. Attention. Focus on what counts. For example, understand that checking notifications every 5 minutes scatters energy. 3. Control. Decide how to spend time. Choose where your hours go, instead of letting outside demands rule. Investor Graham Duncan calls young people time billionaires because they have millions of seconds ahead. But many squander them on distractions. Isaac Newton used a plague lockdown to concentrate on ideas that changed the world. The sun can't light a fuse on its own, but a magnifying glass can harness its rays to create fire. The same goes for your focus. Practical strategies help. An energy calendar tracks which tasks boost you and which drain you. Aim for more of the uplifting activities. The to-list exercise organizes your goals, separating what truly matters from what merely distracts. Another way is writing 3 to 5 daily tasks on an index card. Keep it simple to avoid losing the big picture. Watch out for Parkinson's law, where tasks stretch to fill the time available. Shorten meetings, batch email, and set firm limits. Break big projects into small steps. Tackle procrastination by scheduling short sprints and celebrating small wins. And don't forget delegation. Assign tasks that someone else can do better or faster. This frees up your attention for higher value work, or for the people you love. Ultimately, time wealth is not about having endless leisure. It's about depth over length. Alexis's story reminds us that no one knows when the clock will stop. Use your seconds wisely. Focus on what makes life meaningful. That's how you build true wealth, one cherished moment at a time. End of Tia Sách 2. Building Time Wealth, Cherishing Every Moment. Now, we will listen to Tia S3, Front Row People in Your Funeral, the True Measure of Social Wealth. Continuing from our focus on time's value, here's a simple but powerful exercise. Picture your own funeral. Look at the front row. Those faces belong to the people you treasure most. They are your true wealth. No amount of money can replace them. Yet we often neglect to nurture this social wealth, choosing distractions instead. Social wealth thrives on deep connection, but distractions like technology can pull us away from genuine presence. When you put your phone down, your heart opens. A Harvard study proves that our bonds shape long-term health and happiness. Loneliness harms the body like smoking or heavy drinking. Rohan Venkatesh, facing terminal illness, found solace in close friendships. He chose to share laughter, stories, and hope, reminding us that life is fragile but also filled with choice. The real question is who you spend it with. To build strong bonds, focus on 3 pillars: depth, breadth, and earned status. 1. Depth means creating honest, loyal relationships. It's showing up when it's inconvenient and supporting each other through ups and downs. Depth grows when you keep promises, respect boundaries, and forgive mistakes. It's sitting together in sadness and cheering each other on in triumphs. True depth can feel rare in a fast-paced world, but it's worth the effort. 2. Breadth expands your circle through shared interests and communities, providing the broader village you can lean on. A broad network brings fresh ideas, diverse perspectives, and new support systems. It strengthens your sense of belonging and adds variety to your life. Just remember, breadth complements depth. One gives you many connections, while the other gives you a handful of unbreakable bonds. 3. Earned status is the genuine respect or admiration others grant you based on your character, skills, and consistent actions. It's not about flashy displays of wealth. It's built through integrity, hard work, and how you treat people every single day. Whereas bought status relies on possessions or titles to impress, earned status reflects a lasting reputation. You become a person people look up to because you solve real problems, add value to others' lives, and stay true to your word. Do a relationship check. List the top 10 to 15 people in your life. Label each connection as supportive, ambivalent, or demeaning. Spend more energy on people who uplift you. Limit contact with those who drain you. Communicate openly to transform ambivalent connections into supportive ones. Prioritize gatherings, calls, and moments of real conversation. Small gestures matter. Listen to understand, not just to reply. Ask questions that invite stories. Replace "what do you do" with "what are you excited about right now?" Look for ways to help. Sometimes a person wants a solution, other times just a friendly ear, or maybe a comforting hug. Check which one they need. Sharing your journey with front-row people makes success sweeter and tough times bearable. A mansion feels cold if no one shares it with you. True wealth means never traveling life alone. When you care deeply, you find meaning. When you show up for others, you create lasting memories. Each day, choose connection. Give genuine compliments. Offer your time. Stay open to new friendships. Reflect on love and belonging with the same seriousness you give your goals. In the end, no trophy shines brighter than the bonds you've nurtured. That is the real treasure, and it's right there in the front row. End of Tia Sách 3. Front row people in your funeral, the true measure of social wealth. Tia S. 4. Nurturing the curious mind. Keys to mental wealth. Continuing our exploration of wealth, we come to curiosity. Let's meet Hank Behar. At 90, he slipped into a Harvard astronomy class, blending with students 1/4 his age. He wasn't chasing fame or money. Instead, he was chasing wonder. His choice to keep learning proves that curiosity can keep our minds alive, no matter how old we are. In a world that pushes us toward conformity, we must fight to remain distinct. Jeff Bezos once warned that if we don't defend our uniqueness, we risk becoming ordinary. Staying curious, exploring new ideas, and embracing challenges protect us from the dullness of a settled life. Mental wealth rests on 3 pillars: purpose, growth, and space. 1. Purpose gives meaning to our days. It can be big, like shaping future leaders, or simple, like being a caring neighbor. Research by Dan Buettner reveals that people with a strong sense of purpose often live longer and happier. In Hindu thought, this idea is akin to dharma, a personal duty that aligns with who we are. 2. Growth keeps us moving forward. Without curiosity, we stop evolving. The Feynman technique, named after physicist Richard Feynman, is a perfect tool for growth. It involves breaking down complex ideas into simple terms, teaching them to others, then refining our understanding. By staying open to mistakes, we never stop learning. 3. Space creates room for reflection. John D. Rockefeller made time to walk in his garden daily. Bill Gates introduced Think Week, secluding himself to read and think. You don't need a week, even a day or an hour can help. This quiet time recharges the mind, manages stress, and sparks fresh ideas. Add a few practical habits to support these pillars. Spaced repetition cements new knowledge by reviewing it at set intervals. Walking boosts creativity and clears mental clutter. Journaling just a few minutes a day can highlight wins, worries, and gratitude. These small routines keep curiosity alive and guard against the mundane. Finally, map your pursuits. Find what fuels you and what drains you. Focus on high-energy, high-competency tasks. They are your personal zone of genius. Reserve time for the zone of hobby, where you love it but aren't yet skilled. Steer away from tasks that wear you down, even if you're good at them. Like a child who questions everything, stay eager to learn. Ask why, whenever you can. Imagine yourself at 10 again, eyes wide, full of wonder. Then picture yourself at 80, looking back. Will you be proud of the risks you took? The new skills you learned? The endless curiosity you kept alive? End of Tia Sách 4. Nurturing the Curious Mind. Keys to Mental Wealth. Tia Sách 5. Dance at 80, building your physical wealth. Picture yourself at 80. The music starting, and friends urging you to join in. Do you stay rooted in place or move freely with the rhythm? That choice is made now by the steps you take each day, literally. A young man named Dan Go once saw a bleak future. Bullied from childhood and unsure of his worth, he dropped out of high school and fell into self-destructive habits. Everything changed when his father gave him a gym pass. Little by little, Dan built healthier routines. Small victories, like tightening his belt one notch, gave him hope. Today he is fit, confident, and thriving, proof that consistent action beats quick fixes. For our ancestors, movement was constant. Early humans hunted, gathered, and stayed strong by necessity. Farming made life more sedentary, but warriors and athletes still inspired a culture of strength. Over time, interest in the body faded and returned, from the Middle Ages to the Renaissance and beyond. Today, health and wellness form a huge global industry. Yet, you don't need an army of trainers or a fancy gym to stay fit. Simple actions produce most results. A principle called the Pareto rule, or 80/20ths. Prioritize movement, whole foods, and solid sleep. Move often, whether it's a daily walk, a short run, or dancing with friends. Build strength and stability through exercise you enjoy, like yoga or light weights. Flexibility matters too. Small stretches protect joints and improve posture. When it comes to food, focus on protein, vegetables, and natural ingredients. Make treats occasional, not routine. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of rest each night. Create a calm environment for sleep by keeping the room dark and quiet. If possible, go to bed and wake up on a regular schedule. Even a few minutes of natural sunlight early in the morning sets the tone for better rest and energy. Don't ignore recovery. Simple methods, like gentle stretching, a quick nap, or meditation, help the body recharge. Consistency over time builds real strength. Just as Dan Go transformed his life one workout at a time, you too can shape a future where you stand up, smile, and dance at your own party, no matter your age. Every step you take today invests in the person you'll become. Make it count. End of Tia Sách 5. Dance at 80, building your physical wealth. Tia Sách 6. The Power of Enough, Building Real Financial Wealth. Kurt Vonnegut once spoke about his friend Joseph Heller, the author of Catch-22. They were at a lavish party hosted by a billionaire. Vonnegut teased Heller, noting the host likely made more money that day than Heller ever earned from his famous novel. Heller calmly replied, "I've got something he can never have, the knowledge that I've got enough." This simple statement carries weight. Heller understood his own threshold for satisfaction. Once you know you're enough, you aren't stuck on an endless treadmill of more. Without that sense of contentment, it's easy to fall into the trap of constantly wanting just a little bit more, never feeling at peace. Money's origins and evolution remind us that it's an invented tool supported by collective belief. Ancient bartering led to coins, paper currencies, and finally, today's digital transactions. None of these forms can provide true fulfillment on their own. Real financial wealth stands on 3 pillars: income generation, expense management, and long-term investment. Build skills that produce a reliable income. Track and restrain expenses to avoid lifestyle creep. Then let time and compounding grow your investments. By focusing on stable assets, like index funds or real estate, you harness the power of exponential growth. Financial wealth can be broken into levels, from meeting basic needs to achieving total independence. Each stage brings its own questions. When is more money truly beneficial, and when is it a distraction? If you never define enough, you might end up like those who gain fortunes yet still feel empty. In practice, prioritize your own enough life. Invest in meaningful experiences and relationships. Develop meta skills like communication, creativity, or coding. Automate savings and review your finances regularly. Remember, money is only part of the picture. Use it to reinforce time, social, mental, and physical wealth. When you know you're enough, you're free to enjoy what you have rather than chase what you don't. End of Tia Sách 6. The Power of Enough. Building Real Financial Wealth. Now, listen to the final summary. Each choice you make today shapes your tomorrow. Measure decisions by their impact on 5 areas: time, social, mental, physical, and financial. Stay flexible. Priorities change over the years, and your life design should adapt with them. Focus on long-term success. Take a leap of faith when needed. Cherish loved ones, and pursue meaningful moments. Balance these 5 forms of wealth, and you'll create a truly fulfilling existence. You've just listened to the summary of The 5 Types of Wealth, a transformative guide to design your dream life, by Sahil Bloom. Goodbye, and see you next time.